I'm Robin with Oxy-Dry, and it's a Saturday, and I'm actually working today. And had another cold night, and we're snowing. Hopefully it won't last, and we'll get on with spring really soon. But anyway, I cleaned this carpet about a year ago, and this is a massage clinic, and is typical, a chiropractor's office, actually, come to think of it. No, not massage, pardon me, it is a massage clinic. Yes, so there's a lot of oils build up in these situations, and I've done a few of these over the years. I used to do a massage college in the city just north of us here in Vernon. I did it for quite a few years, big place, and dealing with the oils in the carpet was always a challenge because, well, it's oil. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm using the Vibe today, and I did do a pre-spray a little bit, not heavy, but just enough to break the surface tension. And I used the Esteam Suspend in my battery sprayer, and so we're gonna clean with I'm using Revive Rocket at 4 ounces per gallon. And so let's see how it goes. Now, I certainly don't use this machine very much, but last time I did this carpet, I actually used my rotary. I didn't actually have the Vibe. I could have used my Orbot or the Orbitec, but I felt that since it was quite a small area, that the rotary was going to be adequate, and it was. But I decided this time, since I have the Vibe, might be a good opportunity to pull it out. I do have my, you can see the valve on the back of the machine there. I've got it backed off so that it's not spraying at full capacity. I rarely would do that. I don't find it's necessary. I also have smaller jets on this machine. I took the stock ones off, and I can't remember what the size of the jets are, but they're a little smaller than what it comes with. Definitely a very nice machine to use. You'll see how smooth it works. And I'm using Superzorb pad, which is the pads that the Orbot manufacturer, or the Vibe manufacturer, make. And they're a fine pad. They're microfiber. They seem to work well in most applications, I think. There's a mount there, obviously, so there's right on the edge there was a black line, but it looks like it's pretty much come out already. So, as I normally clean with the rotary, in a situation where I'm at right now, the rotary would be a little bit more nimble for maneuvering around because it easily goes in any direction, whereas a machine like this, it doesn't really, I mean, I could lift it and the back wheels and make it go to the right or the left, but really you got to kind of pivot it off the back wheels, and that's not a big deal, but That is one of the differences between using a rotary as opposed to an OP, unless you have a wheels up OP, which is going to be a little bit more maneuverable than this. But, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You get used to it and work with it. Either machine is going to be more than adequate for doing your business. But I do like to have the option of using whichever machine I think is best suited for the job I'm doing. I think the Orbot is a very nicely made machine. It really does seem to have the quality, and it certainly works well. It sure is smooth. Now I am running a glider. I normally do. I just prefer to run with a glider in almost every case anyway. And one thing about it is if you do run it with a glider, you've got an OP machine, it is less stressful on the bearing and the motor to have the glider on there. It just makes it's less work for the machine. And I don't think you really lose anything as far as cleaning performance. Stains I just went over right in front of me there that just going to go back and forth over there a little bit extra. I'm going to do more than one pad on this carpet because there is a lot of oil in here. I mean, cleaning it once a year isn't actually a very realistic regime for this carpet because of the amount of traffic that he's getting in here. And I did explain that to him that you know, they basically recommend a carpet in a home with 2 people, no pets, shoes off the door. It should be, in order to maintain it, should be realistically cleaned about once a year. But you've got a situation like this, a commercial application, where there's, you know, dozens of people coming in and out the door with their shoes on, and there's oil getting dripped and dribbled all over the place. You know, once a year is not at all realistic. Realistically, this carpet should actually be cleaned every 3 or 4 months, but that's not going to happen. I have weights on the machine. I got the 2 weights on each side. Well, I guess that makes the machine a little over 100 pounds. I think they're 95 pounds, so I probably got about 20 or 25 pounds on there. Just give it a little bit more bite. up well, easily, which is what I expected. Of course, the last time I cleaned it, I assume that I used Revive at Rocket last time. I may not have. I may have used Nanomax, but or I might have used Omega Citrus. I can't remember now. But anyway, either way, there is a protector, anti-resoiling protector that's part of that, so that helps when it comes to cleaning it the next time. Soil and stains don't stick in the carpet as well as it would if there was no protector included. We're up 3 stories in this building. This is one of the buildings that's called the Landmark District, and there's a number of a few buildings here, and this is real high-tech. It's kind of the high-tech hub of Kelowna. The buildings are actually built with that in mind. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the pad. And you know, it actually doesn't look that bad. But I'm going to run another pad on here. I think that's a good idea. Feel the carpet here. Yeah, it's fairly wet. Okay. Little extra. Because of the oil, I really think it's a good idea to do this. And it's not going to take me hardly any more time. It's the only job I have today, actually. This machine is doing about 1,725 cleaning passes per minute on the carpet fiber. And of course it's doing that in an oscillating or orbital motion as it rotates the pad on the carpet. So very thorough, very effective cleaning. And the dry time is normally about an hour. Very, very easy machine to operate though. Easy to maneuver, very ergonomically well balanced out, and this of course has the tank as opposed to the Orbot version of it, which has the 3-gallon jugs, which are cartridge system they would call it. And I actually prefer the tank myself. I am adding just a little bit of spray, and you can hear it or see it. I'm sort of just intermittently doing a little bit of a spray now and then. Looks like the traffic lanes are all coming out pretty easily. The high wear areas. I mean, there's a worn patch right there, which is where the chair of his desk was sitting. So I can't unwear that one spot. Well, it's not bad. Where I'm sitting right now is at kind of an extra worn spot. I'm almost done this part, and then I gotta start moving stuff out of that office there. He said he'd be back in a little bit, but I need to. He put everything in that massage room there, so I haven't even vacuumed in there yet. almost done with this. Let's have a look at the pad. Well, that looks all right. So, and that was the first one. Alrighty. Perfect timing.
Absolutely perfect timing.
All right.
Hey, I love that headlight.
Yes, I do too.